Thank you, Speaker. My name is Carol, like most people know. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to meet each one of you. I'm excited. I'm excited to be here for the first convention, and I'm very expectant. Well, as a youth representative, we have needs. I like that the council members want to involve the youth a lot, but I think the council talks about how they want to involve the youth, but they don't give us specific details on how they're going to support them. So I think that's something I need to talk to my fellow youth representatives about, and then we can come up with a plan and see how we can get what we want out here. And feedback from my community, we don't have an association in Vancouver and BC, which is a sad thing, which is very sad, but that's something we're working on with Justice. And we hope that probably by the end of this year something will come up. And for the youth specifically, I'm reaching out to the younger generation. Most of the time it's about parties, where we're drinking for a while, but I want it to be different. I actually spoke to the deputy speaker when we were in Ottawa, and he talked about how we can form an association and then have them share their concerns about what's happening in BC when they come to Canada. So that's something I'm working on for sure. And people are excited for that, and I'm personally excited. I'm not in the youth bracket, a bit. A bit older than that, but I have experience, good experience, and I know, because when I came to Canada, I was still a youth, and yeah, I'm excited for this. I'm excited to be part of Unaa, and actually Team Unaa. I'm excited to be part of Team Unaa, and I hope that we can do big things, greater things, and yeah, nice to see you, Gladys. Thank you.
Me too.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much, Councillor Carol Besemere from Canada. Councillor Intege, please go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Good afternoon, all members. I'm very excited that we are meeting as council members face to face, and thank you again for coming. Thank you, Mr. Deputy, for the good work you're doing, and all the members. I'm so surprised the history I've been reading about Unaa, that we've been fighting for the longest time. That this time we're working as a team. We're putting Unaa back on course. And that is one of the things that I'm actually looking at. Unaa being one, not a divided Unaa. To put that on the side, I will start by, I am the council member of North Pacific. That includes Seattle, Washington, Idaho, and Alaska, and Oregon. There's a lot that we have been doing in our small communities. I basically think that Unaa should be the link to all the small organizations that we have, the local chapter that we have. And I was so excited when I was reading in a new draft of the Constitution where we have to be affiliated to Unaa. That was one of my biggest hope that I've always looked at. That when I came into Washington, and I'm the vice president there, but I'm elected the president of PANUA, which is Pacific Northwest Uganda Association in Washington.
Oh.
And members didn't want to get close to Unaa because there is nothing that they were gaining out of it. But as we're going on, as we're moving on, people have started saying they working together. There are more projects that are coming up. That is what we all want leaders, that we get involved. There are so many people out there that they don't even know what to do, but they just need leaders like you. And that is my humble prayer to every council member, that we go back. Unaa is the top, but we will need a lot of work to be done in our local chapters. And I won't say much. And lastly, I happen to be the chairman of the Buganda Convention, Buganda Bomo, which will be in Washington State, 2023. We're calling upon all communities. It's about Buganda Convention, but we invite all members, friends of Buganda, Speaker, please, we invite you now, and please pass on the word that we're happy that Unaa is part of us, and we will always be part of Unaa. Otherwise, thank you again, council members. We are here to enjoy ourselves and have fun. We've already started.
It's not part of the submission. What does Santege mean they've started?
It's time to meet and make friends.
Well, thank you so much,
I knew I'd change my seat.
Mr. Santege and many of us all here, we all have different titles in our communities. Santege is the chairman for Panua, chairman for Buganda, the council representative, and many of us follow in that category. And that's why we always say that we have vast experience in other communities and other organizations. And we all come to Unaa. We all even try to bring the stuff we've seen happening in other organizations to bring it to Unaa so that Unaa can shine. And that has been said because it talked about the affiliates. I wanted to request, unfortunately, if I will get a chance to speak with Mr. Lambert, the Executive Secretary and the President. I want to see if in their speech, the closing speech, the remarks, they can talk about affiliates. And also invite, we may give a chance to let people know that this coming year, we have the Buganda Women, we have the Twegaiti, and these other community cultural organizations and conventions coming up. That shows that Unaa is the big top organization, but all these affiliates, they are all working together. And it shows solidarity and maturity. So I'll talk to them and see if there is any way they can put that in their speech. That would be very good. I also remember Unaa membership, they are also part of those communities, those affiliates, and we cannot leave them
Can we
aside.
have this meeting recorded for those ones who are unable to attend?
Yes, we have Mr. Chigundi. He's going to share. Mr. Chigundi is going to share the recording. We're on camera right now for your information. Can you hear us, Councillor Hanifa? Yes. And by the someone needs to be added in also.
Okay.
What we will do, Mr. Chigundi will share whatever he has recorded, and we share the link in the council because you're on camera, which is giving us a good vision. Councillor Fred, please go ahead.
Yeah, comrades, I think some of you haven't seen me before. Others have seen me on the screen. This is my first time to meet some of you, and I've met some others before through the different conventions we've attended. It's a pleasure meeting you once again. I'm Fred Wilma from Edmonton. Martin here was our chairman at some point when he handed over to me and left, decided to relocate. I took over the leadership, led my 2 terms, and then I handed over to somebody else. But Mr. Speaker, I want to thank you and the comrades here for the good leadership you've exhibited ever since we came into council. Sometimes I call in when I'm driving, but the deliberations are usually fruitful and meaningful for the organization. I want to thank you so much for that. In Edmonton, I would say we're in a rural kind of province, but we're striving. We're still surviving, and glad to report that we're moving forward as a team, and we have people from Edmonton. They're here today, yes. So we're trying to build membership so that Unaa can grow big. We don't have a chapter for Unaa per se, but we have associations. They have a big association, and then we have another group and another group. When I looked at the amendments for the Constitution where there is affiliates, I was so excited. I said, okay, now there's no need to change the constitutions for these groups. It's just a matter of signing up and then having an MOU with Unaa, and then we are back on board. Otherwise, as far as membership is concerned, the biggest question people have always been asking is, how do we benefit? We've been here for so many years. We've been hearing about Unaa, but how does Canada benefit? We don't see you guys, so what is it about Unaa? So some people are curious. They want to know more about Unaa. And when Mr. Speaker made a visit the other time in Ottawa, I thought he would just cross over to Edmonton. Because there was an event which was going on in Edmonton.
I didn't know.
Yeah, there was an event going on. But that being said, when you get a chance, just drop by. Just drop by. People are anxious. They're waiting for us to go back and tell them what happens in Unaa. The good thing, I came with some new faces. I dragged some of them from LA. They had moved to LA, but they still hold Canadian citizenship and everything. They only come here to work and then go back once in a while. So I'm very optimistic that probably in the next 5 to 10 years to come, we shall have a good representation from Canada. Right now we have just a full representation as far as council is concerned. Every region is represented, but hopefully we'll get more membership growing as time goes by. We had a few drives going on throughout the year, passport renewal, there was a Ndagamoto drive, and of course there was a Heritage Festival which was quite so big that so many people attended that. And we're looking forward to the next year. As far as Unaa is concerned, leadership is key. I must say that I had actually exited out of Unaa for 2 years because of infighting coming from council. And when I was advised by some few individuals that you could be a representative, I told them, Unaa, I can only go and attend, but I cannot be part of council because I knew what was going on in council, and I'm thankful that we've had a successful year. Without infighting, without conflicts. We've had resolutions, we've had bylaws passed and everything. I think this is something good for us.
Yes.
It's a milestone. We should credit ourselves for that.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the next year.
Absolutely.
That being said, let's enjoy the conference, let's enjoy the convention, and please call up so many people to come, those that are not yet here. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much,
Thank you,
Mr.
Frank.
And
And welcome from Edmonton. Quite a trip.
Yeah, it is. It's a long trip and an expensive one.
Otherwise.
Oh man.
that reminds me my discussion I had, and I think we had it on the council, and Gilbert was the first one to come. Gilbert has a tendency of saying stuff in the council and then he comes to my inbox. And I was like, you know what, we need to have some conventions in Canada. One, we need to have more engagement of Unaa leadership going to Canada to attend events.
Yes.
And Gilbert was like, yeah, we can have the convention, but how many people will travel to Canada? Some don't have papers to travel to Canada. We agree, but also there are people who wanted to come to the US for the convention, but they can't.
Yeah.
So we are not fair
Yeah.
that we have conventions here,
Yeah.
and they cannot travel, but and also say we cannot travel.
Right, yeah.
At some point, we should, and I don't know why it wasn't put in the Constitution, there should be a way whereby if we have 2 conventions in the US, let us have 1 in Canada. If we are going to get Canadian people into Unaa to feel that they are part. Even if you have a house in a village, but you don't visit that house, they stay, those people in the village, they stay separated. We have to go to Canada.
Yes.
Saying,
By the way,
Me, I'm going to go to Canada.
are you saying Canada is kind of the
No,
house in the
just-
village?
I didn't say that.
Yeah, I'm going to Canada.
I didn't say that, but also Mr. Fred said he comes from a rural place.
by the way, Mr. Speaker,
Yeah, or in Ottawa.
Mr. Speaker, just to add on to what you just said,
Finish.
Mr. Speaker,
Wait.
just
Okay, carry away.
just to add on to what you're saying, you emphasize the issue of ease of movement
Yes.
for people across the border. I want members to know that it's easier for people in the US to move to to Canada than people
From Canada coming over here.
because in Canada, unless you're a citizen, if you have you need a visa to come to the US.
You gotta pay for it.
You have to pay for it. And for the US, if you have a green card, that's it. You don't need a visa to get into
Just gotta
Canada.
fly. Just
So I don't know what the composition of our membership is, or maybe the participants themselves.
Membership issue.
If probably
you don't need a visa to go to
I don't know,
Canada.
just got my green card. So I was like, maybe
if people have a green card, they can easily travel to
Just a
Canada.
point of information, guys. Lunch is closing in 10 minutes.
not even 10.
Let's close. Let's Gladys give her
I
remarks.
don't want you guys to miss out your meal.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Are these people done?
Yes.
Yeah, everyone is done.
Gladys. Nice meeting you, Gladys.
So-
It's you now.
So it's you now.
What's the name? The actual woman, yeah.
You can thank us for coming.
I just said thank you for coming.
Hello, everybody. My name is Gladys Namirembe, New England representative. I'm so happy to see you all face to face.
I'm here.
First of all, Bernard, can we give applause to Mr. Speaker for the good work he has done? And yesterday, he bailed me out. I was almost sleeping at the lobby.
Oh,
Yes, I was.
when my teenager is here.
But he bailed me out. Thank you, Mr.
He's
Speaker.
on.
I tried to connect to Lambert,
She's
Huda,
up and about.
but when I approached him, he told me, Gladys, everything will be okay. So thank you, Mr. Speaker. So I thank you everyone for coming here. I thank organization that has been in place for many years. Some of us have just joined. I think this is my 7th year for Unaa.
7.
7th year.
You say you just joined now, right?
I know, right? Because Unaa has been in place for 30 years and
Yeah,
almost
three.
30 plus. So if I say 7, I'm almost a kid
Yeah.
to Unaa. But I thank everyone. I thank for your time. And we have a lot going on in Unaa. Just as he said, Unaa was all about fighting. But at least there is some little fighting that has to end completely. End. We have to come together like this. No separation, not in this, not in that. We only want cooperation and unity. If you want to move Unaa. In my place, New England, Boston, people are asking me, what do you mean by Unaa? We can't come to Unaa. Unaa is all NRA. Yeah, that's what they have.
Exactly.
But I try to tell them,
Yeah.
and I managed
Also,
to
someone
bring
told me that.
people
I know, it's
who have been in Unaa causes.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
Last time they went to
I went
Unaa
for the
causes,
NRA.
and this year they are here.
That's
Because of me, I told them, you guys, you need to come to this place. Come and look at your MPs. Come ask them questions. Your ministers will be here. If you say you don't believe in whatever they say, come and meet
challenge them. Yes.
So that's the most important issue as why I joined Unaa before. Because I had the way to meet these guys. I couldn't address my issues when I don't come to Unaa. So when I came to Unaa, I'm able to meet these guys. I can address my problems, and that's it. So I challenged them, and I remember one time I appeared, was it the Unaa that was in Boston? I appeared in New Vision and Monitor because I challenged the guy of NSSF. Those guys have taken our money, they've done what, but I have to challenge him. And then my friend in Kampala says, oh, look what you are in the papers. I said, yeah, that's why I go to Unaa. I want answers for this.
Yeah.
Yes, I was a member in NSSF, but we didn't get our money and I had a lot of questions. So I tell people, come to Unaa, you will get all these answers. A lot is happening back home. And if you don't come here, you're not going to get the answers. So come to Unaa and everything will be done. So I just encourage people, come to Unaa, you get everything you want to know. So I pray and I wish you well. Nice meeting you guys. Thank you for everything. But the major issue is cooperation and unity. That's what I beg of in Unaa. Cooperation and unity. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Mr. Speaker.
Hold on. We have 2 minutes,
Yeah.
but just give us one remark, 1 minute, we finish up because lunch is waiting on us.
Okay.
1 minute,
Yeah.
and then we end.
Okay. Sorry, guys. First of all, I apologize for missing the meeting, but as you can understand, there's not many people helping out, and they asked me to help the door. They were relying on you guys to actually help out, so I told them you're in the meeting. But so that's why I'm late. You can see. But yeah, one thing I would like to, first of all, thank everybody for coming. It's a good turnout. Been in council, this is my 3rd term, as Paul can attest to that. And I think this is the largest attendance in person in the last three attendances. So that's good. That shows commitment. It shows that people are interested. It shows that you have Unaa at heart. So that's a good sign. It takes money, resources, time to commit and come down. It's not that easy, right? So thank you for coming. On the other note, business-wise, one thing I've met,
They said 1 minute.
no, they can't have it. It's my time. You just took 20 seconds from me.
He's the last one. He will give us the prayer, so let him talk.
Oh, tell me, yeah.
The prayer too.
Yeah.
And he's from Canada, though.
Yeah. By the way, we've got a very good contingency from
If you
Canada.
miss lunch, it's on you. If you miss lunch, it's on you.
No, in terms of Unaa business, I encourage you guys to come in with an open mind. One of the things that I've noticed in the last 5 to 6 years that has been detriment to Unaa's growth is the inability to be cohesive. And I think that is, and Unaa gets to suffer, right? Because if people are not united in their voice, if you come in with an open heart, people will see. People are not, they're very easy at telling BS and what's legit. So you have to come in with an open mind, put Unaa at heart, but also your own morals.
Exactly.
Follow them, follow your heart, do your due diligence and make decisions that are well informed. So that's the only thing. I think if we do that, if we get to that point where we can realize that yes, we can agree to disagree, but people come in with different visions, different ideas, you get your brains together, I think Unaa will progress. That's the only thing I can say. The constitutional reviews are really good. I think some of the amendments that are going to be made in there are good for the organization, but I've already voiced my opinion on some of those that I think are going to be detriment. One
minute, Mr. Speaker, make sure the closing ceremony, one of the official events, I think closing ceremony would be more ideal. You need a slot as a speaker and introduce leadership to the people. It's important that the people who are coming, they get to know these leaders, what they